how to unlock your creativity in football. By the age of 11, I didn't even touch the ball before until one day when I was on holiday. My dad called me and my brother and showed us some clips. He asked us whether we knew Ronaldinho and Okocha, and we said no because we never watched football at all. We don't know about football at all. Then he showed us some clips of Ronaldinho and Okocha, and at that moment, I fell in love with football. The way they dribble, the way they did rainbow flicks, the way they did step overs, like it was just like magic to me. It gave me joy, and that's when I knew that I wanted to become a footballer. That day I got home, I started doing rainbow flicks. From not having touched the ball before, I went to go and buy one of those cheap balls. We call it L4 in Nigeria. I went to go and buy one of those cheap balls. I started practicing rainbow flick from not having touched the ball before. And before he knew it, by the end of that day, I started in the evening, and before night came, I was able to learn the rainbow flick. And I just liked football. I fell in love with football at that moment. I know that most people, the reason why they fell in love with football before, in the first place, is because of the joy it brings, the way people are able to dribble, do skills, bring joy to the game, have fun. But these days, football is getting more robotic and boring. And you might be experiencing this as well. You might receive the ball, and all you do is pass it back. You're not having fun in football again. You're not enjoying football the way you used to enjoy football when you were little. And I'm meant to fix that for you. I also had that problem before when I was in school. At home, I would have been creative enough. I used to be creative at home, but when I got to school, when I received the ball, I was so scared of making mistakes that all I would do is pass the ball back, play simple, and football became boring, and it was not fun again for me. And I'm going to teach you how to solve this problem. The first step is to have fun when you're training. I've noticed that the problem is the way we train. The way training is these days is what's making football more boring. When you're doing robotic cone drills that don't relate to real football, there's no creativity when you're doing cone drills because you're not challenging your mind to think in real time. There are restrictions. You're just going in a straight line under restrictions of cones. The first step I'm going to tell you is to throw the cones away. I want you to throw the cones away and play unrestricted. Have fun training. My training was so robotic before that I'll just go to the front of my house. I'll line up some shoes and I'll just pass in between the cone, half-assed. Everything was boring. I was not having fun at all. When I stopped that nonsense, I started juggling. Before I started training, I'll juggle, do some freestyle tricks, learn tricks. Like I'll use like half of my training to learn freestyle tricks, play with the ball, have fun with the ball. And then I'll do ball and wall work, passing the ball to the wall. Imagine I was in a game, kicking the ball as hard as possible and seeing when I could control the ball, doing different first touch, turning away from imaginary defenders, dribbling imaginary defenders. When I started making my training more fun, that's when I became more creative on the pitch. So the first step is for you to throw the cones away. Throw the cones, throw the shoes, throw the socks that are lining up, and just play ball unrestricted. A point I want to make here is, do you think that players like Neymar, Ronaldinho, Yamal, Okocha, when they were small, do you think that that they went to the field and lined up cones and started doing cone drills? No, they just had fun with their friends, playing. And when they were not with their friends, they were just on themselves, discovering their talents, playing with the ball, having fun with the ball. Build a relationship with the ball, for God's sake. If you're a footballer and you cannot juggle, you should be ashamed of yourself. Build a relationship with the ball. You should be able to do simple freestyle tricks like around the wall, neck stall, chest stall, and other freestyle tricks like that. Then playing small-sided games. I touched on this a little in the last point, but small-sided games is very important to develop your skills. It's the real game. You cannot train individually by yourself all day long and expect to go to the pitch and perform. It's not possible. Play small-sided games. That's where the real game happens. That's where you learn to unlock your creativity. That is where talent is made. When you're playing with older players that teach you lessons live, and you're playing against younger players that you can try those lessons that you have learned from the older players, you can try it against the younger players. It's the melting pot. Train, play small-sided games, at least 3 times a week. That's the best way for you to improve. If I was to tell anybody, if somebody should ask me one thing to improve, I'll just tell the person, play small-sided games 3 times a week. Have fun. And don't take it too seriously. It's just small-sided games. Call your friends. And there's no excuse that you cannot find small-sided games to play. Just call your friends. Like before, my parents used to allow me to go out. I'll just call some of my friends from church and from the area and play 3v3, 4v4 every Sunday at least. And that made me improve my creativity a lot. Then cross training. The problem is that most people have specialized too much in football and we're not improving our mental and physical abilities to adapt. In football, you might be in a tight corner and you need the athletic creativity and movement vocabulary to escape that tight corner. And maybe if you had played something like basketball, you'll be able to increase your movement vocabulary to be able to escape that situation at that moment. So I need to cross train. That means playing other sports like table tennis, basketball, ping pong, any other sport, as long as you're having fun. And doing other things like learning to play an instrument, learning other languages. Just have fun, improve your ability to adapt. Cross training is very important. Then experiencing life and having fun. This one is just about your mentality. Don't take life too seriously. Have fun. When things happen, when you make mistakes, just smile, shrug it off, and go again. Don't take football too seriously. Don't take life too seriously. When you make a mistake on the ball, don't shout at yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just have fun, smile. It's not really that difficult to be creative. Just about your mentality. Just relax, have fun. Be the fun guy. Don't be the serious lone wolf guy that all you want to do is all these TikTok memes. Just have fun, relax. And then the last point is athleticism. If you're not athletic enough, if you're not fluid, if you're not silky enough, you cannot be creative because you try to muscle through all your movements. And the only way to build real athleticism is by training your fascia. Your fascia is a thin connective tissue that wraps around all your bones, nerves, and it's responsible for athleticism. If you want to learn how to train your fascia, then check out my course on how to go from average to baller in 30 days. Thanks for watching. Bye.